Hello and thanks for joining us here today at Trisports.com. My name is Nick Ludwig and we're going to go ahead and go over the running shoe fitting process. As you can see behind me, we have an array of running shoes to include Pearl Izumi, Brooks, Saucony, Zoot, Mizuno, Newton, Karhu, K-Swiss, and Asics. So with every shoe that we have here is going to actually fit each individual runner differently. So that's why we actually have a pretty well detailed fitting process to ensure proper fit for you as a runner. So not only are you a happy customer, but your feet are actually healthy and you're running. And in that process, when you come into our store, we're going to do a meet and greet with you, kind of get a little bit of a background, welcome you into our store, how are you doing today, and make you feel really at home with this process. The process can take upwards up to about 20 to 30 minutes, so we want you to feel relaxed and comfortable during this experience. During the assessment, we're actually going to take your current running shoe and we're actually going to take a look at it and see what type of wear pattern you have. Are you wearing the shoe laterally? Are you wearing the shoe medially? Do you have even surface wear patterns in the forefoot? Kind of take also a look at the angle, and is it overly, is it supinated out, or is it becoming to not enough support for you? And those are going to be some considerations that we'll take when we actually do the fitting. So during the measuring process, we use a device called the Brannick device. This device will allow us to see a couple different things: arch length, weighted and unweighted measurements, also how long your arch is, and that'll give us a good recommendation for your shoe fitting. We're actually going to do an unweighted foot positioning. We'll actually be in the seated position. Our customer will put their foot in, and we'll take a look at the sizing that they are. Okay, go ahead and lift up. And now we're going to look at a weighted position. If the person is subject to being a pronator or someone who needs some stability, we should see an elongation of their arch when it's a weighted position. So in his left foot, it exceeds at about a half inch, almost not a full size up, but just about a half inch, and that's a weighted position. So he's not a real big candidate for a stability shoe. But let's take a look at his right foot. So his right foot is actually a little bit longer than his left foot. And of those two measurements, we always want to make sure that we get the longer of the two measurements, as if you get a smaller one, obviously it's gonna impede the right foot. And this one he's measuring just about a 10.5 in shoe size. And his arch length has fallen in that one, so I'm going to suspect that he's actually a right foot pronator slightly. So, okay, go ahead. So we're going to have you walk and take a look at your gait. A gait analysis is one complete foot strike as you heel to toe off. And what we're looking for is any type of instabilities or anything of that sort, and kind of get a feel for what you might need in stability. So we're going to look at you from the front as well as from behind. The foot can and sometimes is deceiving, and it's important that we get a front look visual and a rear visual to see if you're an early stage pronator or if you're a late stage pronator. Also, if you're a heel striker or a forefoot striker. If you're a forefoot striker, more likely you're going to be a candidate for a true neutral shoe, as shoes do not correct supination or lateral support. So why Trisports.com for your run fit process? Well, first of all, you're going to get a professional who knows shoes, understands shoes, and understands running. And you can essentially go anywhere and buy a shoe, but here we want to sell you a shoe, because in selling a shoe, we're going to assure you the proper fit, proper shape, proper structure, and proper brand. Because as you can clearly see, we have a lot of brands, but not every shoe is for every foot. And by narrowing that down, that will allow us to get you into a shoe that's right, not only for you, but for your feet. Thank you for your time. This has been Nick Ludwig with Trisports.com. Have a good day.